So I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to create your Works Cited page. If you are using database sources, this is going to be fairly easy because on most of the databases, there's a tool on the actual page with the article where you can just click on it and it'll create the Works Cited citation for you. So for example, on this Gale Learning database, if I wanted to use this article, all I have to do is hit Citation Tools over here in the right-hand menu, make sure that you're getting the MLA citation, and then all I have to do is actually just copy and paste this citation onto my hyperdoc. Now, you'll notice when I paste it, it's highlighted, the spacing is kind of messed up. I'm going to go back at the end once I have all 4 of my citations and fix the formatting. Do not just leave it like this. This is incorrect, but it at least is a really good starting point. Most of the other databases have a similar tool. It may not look exactly like this, but kind of search around. On some of the databases, it's right underneath the title of the article, but most of them have something that says citation tool or works cited citation, something along those lines. And just ask if you're unsure where that function is. With other articles you are using from the internet, for example, there may not be a function where it'll just create the works cited citation for you. So you're going to have to manually create it using a engine like Noodle Tools or EasyBib. I'm going to use Noodle Tools because this is the one I'm most comfortable with. Basically, the way that Noodle Tools works is you're going to create a folder for your project, which I did. I called it Diagnosing a Disease. And then once you get sort of your project created and you go to sources, you can create a new citation, which is that button I was hovering over earlier. This is a database. It's Newsela, and I'm looking at the original content. And this is where I'm going to enter all of the information. So some of this I can just kind of type in, and then some of it I'm going to have to copy and paste from the actual article. So this was published on December 21st, 2014. I can copy and paste the URL. And then I'm accessing it today, which is January 17th. There's an author, and if you look on here, the author is actually the Tribune staff, so I'm just going to copy and paste that where it says group. And then I'm also, to avoid typing all this, going to just copy and paste the title of the article, and I'm going to save it. When I hit save, it's going to pop up in my list. So basically, all I need to do here is copy it, go back to my hyperdoc, paste it in. Again, notice the formatting is kind of wacky. So what I'm going to do, and you would wait until you had all 4 of your citations to do this, but I just want to clean it up a little. I'm going to highlight it all, make sure that it's in 12-point font, make sure it's a business font and that it's all consistent. Looking at my checklist here, I need to make sure that the entries are in alphabetical order, which if I look at the first letter, they are. If the entries go on to a second line, they have to be indented. The entire page needs to be double spaced. I'll go ahead and do that. Obviously, I don't want these weird highlights, so I'm just going to go in and make sure there isn't any highlighting happening. It says that all article titles should be in quotation marks, which they are here and here, so I'm good on that. It says that there should not be any URLs. So this here is a URL. I'm going to delete that since I don't need it. Same thing here. It looks like all dates need to be written in day, month, year format. So day, month, year, day, month, year, day, month, year. Looks like I'm good. There should be a period at the end of every entry. there should be at least 4 entries, which right now I don't have. So that's something I would obviously need to fix. And then kind of just going back to some of these up here, it says that the entire entry should be the entire page should be double spaced. So I don't want an extra space there, but I also need to go on to a second. If it goes onto a second line, it needs to be indented. So the easiest way to do this is to press enter and then, press enter and then space it over. Just make sure that it lines up. So like this one, I of course want to make sure is in line here. Now, when you go and copy and paste this into your pamphlet, you'll want to double check again just to make sure that everything looks right and everything looks formatted correctly. But this will at least give you a really good starting point for finalizing it on your pamphlet.